The honey badger. They're kind of a contradiction because they're not sweet or even real badgers. All of that shit is fiction. These punks are actually in the same family as skunks. And when they feel threatened, you better run fast because they push out an anal pouch that secretes a nasty smell that repels. They literally show their ass. And they're so cocky in fact that even if a lion comes face to face with one, he'll turn back because honey badgers are known to try to bite their ball sack like a snack. And they also exhibit surplus killing, which means they'll kill more than they need to eat, like human beings. And they wear that bad attitude like a badge. Well, you can't spell badger without badge. And I can think of another badge that likes to badger others, especially protesters, college students, and brown and black sisters and brothers. A badge that is also exhibiting surplus killing, and why are we willing to continue to let the badge treat us so bad? Well, you can't spell badge without bad. Bad boys, bad boys. And they say a few bad apples can spoil a bunch, but I have a hunch that that term is still misunderstood to mean that one person's behavior doesn't represent a whole group. So it may throw you for a loop to learn that the metaphor is actually a warning of the corruptive influence that just one corrupt person can have over an entire group. And we are people, not insects. So that kind of evil doesn't have effects on creatures like a bee. Well, you can't spell bad without a bee. And a bee's honey is a delicious source of calories. And there's a lot of protein in bee larvae. So the honey badger sets his sights on a busy beehive, and then the single encounter he completely devours everything the bees have been building their entire lives. And all they can do is buzz on about the youth gone. Try to remain strong and just continue to build on. But it's funny to think that life could ever be sweet again for someone who's lost their honey. And if you think I'm comparing the honey badger to a police officer, you'd be mistaken. You see, a honey badger's skin is so thick that it ain't taking many piercings from things like bee stings. Unlike the corrupt man with the badge whose thin skin is punctured by the slightest jab to the ego. Although sometimes they do act similar, like they're in the same class, because when feeling threatened, the corrupt police officer is also known to show their ass. The police officer. They're becoming a contradiction, because I don't feel protected or served. All of that is fiction. So when will those that badger, while wearing a badge, stop being allowed to treat us so bad and just let us be?
I don't want to walk away from this. I see that you don't want to stay. It's a mess, and I hope we make it back through this. I don't want to walk away. They be like, honey, you should focus on yourself, then you will see the bigger picture. Then he'll realize that his issue in the mirror. If he want to walk away, then let him float inside the wind. Just like a boomerang, he'll be coming back again. Why? Because you the prize, no surprise. So I see that. Okay. Bossing up on the best way to get my lick back. Right. You said that I hurt you, so you heard me call it get back. Well, look me in my face and say it ain't no tit for tat shit. Have a few misunderstandings, now we're tossing it in the mud. Saying it's forever, now you kicking us to the curb. Saying it ain't worth it, then tell me nigga what it was. And now you got me crying. Do you hear me crying, baby? Yeah. Oh, so there is love. Oh, so that's love.
You see, I might be a showman, but this ain't no show.
Oh,
I live what I preach.
oh.
I spit with an iron fist, rule like wood that measures a room, then place stainless steel with chest like breastplates. You see these words, when they stick, make you bulletproof, critical, repair no longer. My message presents presence cleansed by fire wood. Does not matter to my igniter, I like flame for laughter as my breath and go shame. My tongue inspires, see me, you only walk in the spot. So listen quite closely as I infuse your smile with you. When I tell you to put your heart on a pedestal, appreciate your joy. Learn to move when tolerated, stick and move when play with, then hit the floor to play with you. With the new level of H2, no hold when they ask. Why you so hostile? Tell them God said this poet and angel, and now it's hustle breathe fumes. As he blows minds with his tool. His words exude grace in the prison, but God breaks prison with praise. This ain't what you want, and what ain't what you need.
The thing about goodbyes is I only have so many. A goodbye for them, maybe a couple for you. And with each goodbye, the stack gets a little smaller until I have to offer my last goodbye to you. But that's life. And sometimes I don't know when I'll get to hand out someone's final goodbye. If I did, maybe I'd throw them a party with a big banner reading, "Goodbye forever." And once we were done with the byes, they kindly fade from existence. But they're not gone. In photo and memory, they linger longer than when they seem so oddly committed to being. And I get to smile at old memories and older feelings as they're summoned to my mind just once more. But life is terminal. My memories will die as a tiny fraction of this planet's time tracks forth, and all the worries of today will never matter. Which isn't to say that you don't matter, but the fact of the matter is that we are both part of a very short story. And the planets simply don't care. But what a story. And as long as I'm alive, rest assured, I'll treasure each chapter with a big dumb grin, knowing you'll be around, as long as I've got one more goodbye. Thank you.
Eavesdropper. Undetected, I flutter in and perch on the patio chair, next to the ingenues at their regular table. I preen myself a bit and settle in to listen. They seem so fragile, sipping their cocktails and wine, like they will shatter into a million pieces. If my wingtip barely grazes them, so gently. Slender wrists twirl, delicate fingers dance in the spring air. Translucent, unblemished moon-glow skin so thin cannot conceal the fine blue veins beneath. Chatter focused on what mattered.
I think modes are they're funny. They're funny. They represent like a certain type of culture. I like maybe I'm stereotyping. You see a mullet, you think like trailer park, middle America, right? But the saying is business up front, party out back, right? Now I'm very bald, okay, but I'm also very hairy, and I think it's kind of fucked up that I'm the prime demographic for both Rogaine and laser hair removal. And this is like my way of kind of telling you I'm a product of America up top, but Middle Eastern heritage down below. Defense contractor up top, weapons of mass destruction down below.
I'm not a poet, I never claimed to be. But right now, these words and rhyme schemes just glide together so easily, and something about this cadence tells me no beat or pluck of strings would do this story justice. And just as the ice crept over your still beating heart, these words may free your frozen arteries to fill your vessel once more, filled up with the blood of humanity, filled up with the blessing of God, filled up by the love I bring to you this day. A day so forgetful and lifeless that not even an elephant would remember on its deathbed. All will be forgotten, all but these words. I hate to know, but I need to know. I hate to know, but I need to know. I hate to know, but I'd love to know. How did they touch you? What was it like? Were their hands so warm that they thawed even the thickest of ice, gripped so tight you feel secure from hundreds of miles away, intentions so pure that all the wounds they left behind felt painless? How did they touch you? What was it like?
Does the sky hold the moon, or does the moon hold the sky? Your dream is waiting waiting on you to be ready in time. Just keep on going your own way. There ain't no end anyway. But does the sky hold the moon? Or does the moon hold the sky? Your dream is counting on you to keep yourself alive. Oh, just keep on going your own way. There ain't no end anyway. But does the sky hold the moon? Or does the moon hold the sky? Your dream is counting on you to keep that spark alive. Oh, just keep on going your own way. There ain't no end anyway. But does the sky hold the moon?
I'm sure you think of the idea what you possibly did wrong, that I've fallen by the wayside, choosing what doesn't belong. You may feel that I've shut you out, that the end is drawing near, but if anything, please know this from my heart. I want to let you in. I've spent some time away because I know well all the pain our hearts were in. I've taken time and energy picturing how our lives would be if our hearts would just be open. I wish I could let you in. Will we ever put aside all the things that bring divide and focus simply on the bigger picture? We were all created by the same one. We all seem so bold to claim a perfect love that melts away the fear. Your fear about where I'm going when this life ends and not knowing if I'll ever come out of this phase. My fear of not being welcomed with my love that the divine has chosen for me to create a life. My God, I pray for that day when you'll let us in. I've spent some time away because I know well all the pain our hearts were in. You often tell me that you miss me, but you can't take that this is me. It's the same me that I've always been. Will you ever let us in? I want to let you in. Will you just let me in? Thank you.
And I know why it's been weighing on my mind. I can read between the lines, and I know why it's been weighing on my mind. I've seen 1,000 signs, and I know why it's been weighing on my mind. Trying to leave it all behind, and I know why it's been weighing on my mind. It's been weighing on my mind. I know what I really need to do to start to stay the fuck away from you. No matter what you do, baby, you toxic. But I can't leave a bad bitch if she's solid. Always got some blue bands in my pocket. And underneath my dash I keep a rocket.
Falling asleep with a passion so immense I made a kiln of his apartment, a sculpture of his addiction, glazed with my mother's grief. And I knew after that, all my mother saw was her mother pressing her lips against her father's killer. All she smelled was the perfume that he left in every pore of my grandmother's skin. All she saw were the bruises that he left on my grandmother's heart and on her lungs. And all she felt was betrayal. When she went to pick me up only to find a changeling of her son, a carrier full of nothing but the smell of smoke. And I can't imagine the strength it took for my mother to reject the smoke blown into her face and say, no, my son will not be the progeny of a murderer. My son will not be the secondhand offspring of a beast whose job is to reach inside of you and rip everything away. My son will not inherit a legacy paid for in the blood of 480,000 deaths a year. My son will not come home smelling like a house a smoker lives in, and I cannot thank her enough for that, but damn, how lonely must one human be to keep sleeping with me? Do not think my grandmother weak, because COVID could not take my grandmother from me. A broken spirit, broken bones, and a broken heart in her 90s could not take my grandmother from me, because you see, when my grandmother died, she could never sleep.
Tracing a runny red grid in the ground of the classroom floor. Educate yourself. Your daughter can't be taught anymore. Some of what she knew I scraped off my shoe. The rest of her precociousness is dripping down the door. Even if the Lord spares your life, He'll strap you to a wheelchair for life. It's my memento, my legacy, my memorial. A few dead kiddos can't kill the American soul, can't disarm corporate Christian control. I could arm an army with my arsenal. Holy hand grenades are ready to blow. Your divinity won't stop me walking in the church strapped with an AR-15 legal. American Testament, American Psycho. Remington stocks overflowing with trashy profits for wealthy Anglos. NRA got a smooth running factory we know will never be closed. It props up propaganda for the grand old party, longing for the carefree days of laughing with the Nazis. Elderly scammed by the elderly, youth can take the bill for suffering.
The children who always wanted a hug and had no shoulder to cry on, but never did, so they took a liquor to the face and kept drinking until they were in a different headspace. The emotional children who were always in the feelings, so they took a wrap, put some grass in it, light it up just to float to the ceiling. Forgetting about the things that would keep their minds racing, so when they put that purple in that cup and they put that lighter to that blunt and held in it clutching while they gun, because those are the closest things that they had to love. They wanted to be held to that night because of things that they did in life, but they know eventually that everything that they hope for will not turn out right. Thank you.
Called sisterhood. We are sisters, one and all. We must stick together or take a fall. We are the womb of every child born. We are the queen of every hive. Behind every man lies a woman's drive. We are the sound of every sea. We are the hill of poetry. Mother Earth has brought us here. Together, we're an avenging spear. We can be soft as flowers, bright even in the darkest hours, fragrant beyond belief, bringing on sweet relief. Yet we can be the ocean waves, bursting forth eternally, gathering strength and beauty, spreading what love which is our duty, for we are an avenging spear.
I have lots of poems, I got all sorts of stuff, but I think I'm gonna just speak off the top of my head right now, really quickly, because of all the things that I've heard coming from all of you. You know, the amazing things like writing haikus and going into that scheme, you know, freestyling, like I never heard that one, bro, that was dope, you know. And then Truth, you know, that was so amazing, man. I love that, and I love just that you came up here off the top of your head. That was like a spear. It was like, oh, out of nowhere, just got me. And I'm just so thankful that I get to hear all of you. It's amazing. It has become my mission to build a platform for poets, because when I was a kid, if someone would have told me that I would be a nationally ranked poet, I would be like, what are you even talking about? That makes zero sense, because I thought poetry was like flowers in the wind, you know, but it isn't. It isn't that. What poetry is it's fractals of life. That's what it is. We are all out here experiencing this world, but nobody is experiencing the world like you are. You're unique, and you're a fractal of this, and it's a reflection. So we need you to come up here and share what's in your heart so that we can see your perspectives. When you open up yourselves to the world sees you, and you do change the world, I promise that. Each and every single one of you are making changes just being here. It's like, look at this, it's a busy ass city with millions of people, and we're here in this one little spot called dialogue, talking to each other, sharing things, and hearing amazing things that I know I've thought in my head, but I was never able to put it in that way. You know what I mean? Or maybe I didn't even know I needed to hear what I heard. You know, and we go through our struggles and we go through our strives. So thank you so much for sharing that.